So we've all been in situations before where we've been frustrated. We've made a mistake. We lose our temper, something isn't necessarily fair, or maybe something isn't right. And then because we feel some type of way, we react either poorly to ourselves, to our bodies, to our bank accounts, or to other people with a slew of profanities and talking about their unclean genitalia. And it's not until after the dust settles, when we've already sent the angry email or text message, when we've yelled at somebody who shouldn't have got it as bad as we gave it to them, we then realize we went too far. If you're anything like me, a recovering perfectionist over here, the guilt is pretty crushing. And of course, I've been looking to fix that. And the one way that's helped me significantly might be a little surprising. Because it's me! Ha! Little me. So last year with my therapist, I had set an intention and changed all of my profiles, including Twitter, Facebook, the Gram, as well as YouTube, and all of my work profiles to profile pictures that were of me. Little me specifically. The whole concept about it was that I wanted to start reacting to myself, start seeing myself in this environment in which I am a little kid. And every time that I fuck something up, every time that I make a mistake, every time that I've hurt somebody's feelings or have done something that isn't going to result in the best of circumstances, I had in the past been a person that was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do something like that? You can't do anything like that. You can't fuck this up. This is a great opportunity. All this stuff, you should be stressed about it. Just all of these very negative pile-on things that didn't necessarily serve me in the greater scheme of things, and honestly wasn't very helpful with how I was feeling about myself every time I did make a mistake. And on my journey of self-healing, I am rationalizing more practically how this has been helping me, and I broke it down into 3 specific lessons. Children are always trying. Whether they are singing, spelling, reading, writing, they are always doing something. They are always trying to learn more, trying to act more grown up, and they have a tendency for fucking it up a lot. Now, whether they know or not is debatable, but the special thing about it is that they don't care. And in my vast experience being a parent vicariously through my friends, as well as anime, specifically Daddy Buddies, 10 out of 10, I'm watching it again. It's pure masterpiece. Mwah, love it. I've noticed again and again the need for children to have resiliency and the need for a sense of curiosity and play to actually successfully try and complete a task. Now, as adults, we know the reality of things is that we're not always going to be able to enjoy the things that we'd like, but it doesn't mean necessarily that we have to just go on ahead and live our lives without having some type of curiosity or sense of playfulness for everything that we do. And gamifying things is one surefire way to help us find that sense of enjoyment even when we are fucking something up. Children don't automatically think, what is wrong with me? Why can't I do this right? Or start comparing themselves to others as quickly as we do. And the instant that they have accomplished something, they are ready to celebrate, ready to try it again, make sure that they have it down in their little brains to make sure that they're able to master whatever set task that it is. So as I question myself, as I question why exactly I am frustrated about what I'm doing, I have started to come back to my why. Why exactly am I wanting to do this? And what exactly can I do to make it like a sense of play, a sense of curiosity as to what I'm doing, so that when I do make a mistake, eventually make some type of mistake, I'm not as hard on myself and not as reacting as poorly as I could be compared to maybe the last time that I've done something. Okay, so for context, an example of one place in my life where I have started to really gamify the process to be more curious and playful about what I'm doing is specifically studying for tech interviews. And with that big mindset shift, I have seen a significant amount of displeasure leaving my body physically when I am sitting down looking at these technical problems and puzzles and feeling not as stressed about it, feeling a lot more pleasant about the process, making sure that I understand like all the charts and graphs that I make about this because I am a visual learner, but I am even seeing that I'm processing the information a lot better than I used to, and that's because I'm not as stressed while I am looking at the process as a whole. I'll tell you more about my process in another video. The second thing that I've realized is that I would rather be happy than to always be right. I don't know when this happens to turn on when we're adults that need to be correct in everything, but when it comes to how indestructible kids are, they will move on from being hurt and having that experience to feeling really cool about that cast on their arm. And it's amazing how we are so able to quickly be able to transfer that feeling from one thing to another. I strive to live in that sort of bubble where I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna brush this off. I don't want to have to sit in this nasty feeling of justifying why I'm right about this bad feeling and just move on with my life. Because what good is it to experience that bad feeling over and over again and reinforce that inside of yourself? Like, does that actually help us become more disciplined, become more correct in whatever attempts that we try and do? No, I don't think so. In fact, it makes us scared, less confident to actually try whatever the thing is we're trying to do, and makes it feel more discouraging and spiteful to actually have to do it. And lastly, if I am going to try and compare myself to someone, I might as well have it be me. And I say that because hopefully you remember at one time being that kid that was always cheering people on, that was always wanting somebody to do their best, or even your younger self having to imagine the way that you are now was probably feeling like a pipe dream at that time. It felt so impossible almost, or just so unexpected that your younger self can't even believe that this thing that you have become is actually the thing that they get to be when they grow up. And I think that is a more valuable feeling, to be your younger self's best friend or be your older self's best friend, and really find that love and support in all of the things that you're able to accomplish in that way, instead of peeking into others' lane, trying to peek over and figure out what exactly they're doing, instead of figuring out what energy you need to expend to do what you're wanting to be doing. Having that space to be able to write down how I'm feeling and then look objectively at those concepts and questions as if I am a little person again, that feels much better than having to hold on to that resentment and nasty feelings for myself. And that's honestly how I've been able to get through job searching majority of this time, while there has been so much going on in the industry. And so I am hoping that you'll be able to take some of your childhood self into whatever you're experiencing right now, whatever negative feelings that you're feeling, and hopefully be able to twist that around a little bit and start feeling more of that energy into resiliency and just a little bit more happiness and curiosity as you're playing around with the different things that you're experiencing. Be proud of yourself for trying, because you really didn't have to. And it really is a good thing that you're moving, you're having that momentum to do your best at whatever it is, and your younger self would be proud of you too. And if you have any other experiences on how you view or interact with your younger self, either in journaling or some type of interactions, lessons, maybe with your therapist and things, I would love for you to comment below about them. That's all I got. I'll see you next week.